Friday, October 31st, spooky. It's Halloween day. I will be buying a bag of Kit Kats and probably eating most of the bag of Kit Kats. But it's a happy day because we had Apple and Amazon report last night. We'll go over all of that. We'll go over Alpha Picks because Sprouts Farmers Market, which is an Alpha Pick, dumped like 40% yesterday after earnings. They went over it. I stuck on the November watch list that I said I was going to bring up, but I'm adding it to that one because I found a great video on YouTube last night. 3 ETFs that beat the Nasdaq, that have just better weighting of stocks, that have just done greater. The CEO of Coinbase, by the way, brought up prediction markets last night on their earnings call. And of course, we'll go over earnings. We'll look at earnings for next week that I think are good because, again, I've had some pretty good luck with this earnings thing. Now, let's go over kind of where I brought up what I brought up. The economy. Check. You had Visa report this week. Credit card delinquencies, not really a problem. Economy, strong. UPS reported that their fourth quarter should be record breaking. So again, boom. The economy, strong. Maybe it's not strong for everybody, but the overall economy, still strong. The Fed, we got our quarter rate cut. And all Powell said was December's not absolute. He didn't say it's off the table. He just said it's not absolute. They don't have the data. And what did he bring up? He said he doesn't think that the AI thing right now is similar to 2000. Why? Because we have actual earnings. If you remember, you may not be old enough, but I was around in 2000, okay? And I was just telling my girlfriend this morning. Pets.com. I made 300%. I remember I went from like $1,000 investment when I only had like $10,000. I didn't have a ton of money. It was crazy. But I made a ton of money off of that one because they announced that they secured Pets.com. There was no business plan. There was no money behind it. There was nothing. It was an AAPL type situation. So yes, you will have some bubble in this market because you can't have AAPL go from zero to a $20 billion market cap with no revenues. But they're betting on the future. And again, you can trade it like I did with Pets.com, but don't think you're investing in this thing. Okay? So the Fed took all of that off the table. Then what did we get last night? We got earnings. And Microsoft, and Meta the day before. And yes, I bought one of those, by the way. I alerted everybody in the paid newsletter subscriber chat which one I did because it's ridiculous. Microsoft and Meta beat earnings. Meta had that tax situation where they took a one-time charge and they announced today that they're raising money because it's expensive. But rinse and repeat. What have we seen before from Meta? When they spend money, they start making money. And it's a founder-led business. And I am fine with Meta under $700. It's trading at $669 right now. 4-hour algorithm just got you out. I still like this company. Again, I think you look at a trend line and we're still in that upward trend. Are we on the ascent that we've taken since April? No. But I like this one. You have to get past that 740. Again, I've outlined that one as a resistance. I sold some, so I bought some, blah, blah, blah. I did some yesterday. And Microsoft, they own 27% of freaking OpenAI. And OpenAI leaked yesterday, hey, we may do a $1 trillion IPO next year. So again, earnings are coming in good. I'm still nervous about a pullback at some point. QQQ, if you look at a weekly chart of QQQ, I've been pointing out that MACD is extended. The RSI is extended. I am extremely worried about that. But not even Trump starting a nuclear war with his testing, which we know is because of the big D energy that Putin has. And South Park says that Trump has small d energy. So we know what's going on there. People are saying that. Not me, but people are saying that. And the Trump-Putin summit about ending the Ukraine war, Because Trump, people are saying Trump said he would end the Ukraine war. I don't know if that's true, but he said he would end it. Did you say thank you? Because we have an end to that and nuclear escalate. Not even that is bringing down the market. So you're in a bull market until you're not. And again, we are expected to open up big. The Nasdaq QQQ is up 1.34. I think it pulled back about the same yesterday. So it's not like it's soaring up, but we expected August to be seasonally slow. It was up 2%. We expected September to be seasonally slow. It was up 6.95%. And we expected October to be seasonally slow. And it's up 4.83%. So you've gotten the China news off the table, you got the Fed news off the table, and you've gotten an indication that earnings and the economy are strong. So if you're worried about a pullback, that's your issue. So go ahead and sell. Go ahead and do what you need to do. But again, Amazon and Apple just saved the day. And you'll see it in my thumbnail today. They saved the day. Now, I want to go over Alpha Picks. Alpha Picks, for those that don't know, it's a portfolio of stocks that beats the S&P. That should be all you need to know, but you get one on the 1st. We will get one next week, and you get one on the 15th of each month. Each month at 12 o'clock, I hold a live event on Substack where I kind of buy these ones and I kind of go over exactly what pick it is. I don't name the stock because I can't, because it's a portfolio you pay for. But we had a stock yesterday down 25% despite beating and guiding higher. The issue was slowing comparables to their previous sales and a slight revenue miss. Remember, there's a difference between guiding higher and beating. Beating on earnings doesn't mean beating on revenue. Revenue is a key point. The stock has looked horrible. Even with very good fundamentals, the stock has looked horrible. In looking when it slipped from strong buy to a hold, it was around 150. We're going to go over this one because it's Sprouts Farmers Market. And this one, if you just pull up a weekly chart, up here at 150, I was just in Seeking Alpha, and I said Sprouts Farmers Market. And this is why you want the bundle. The bundle comes with premium and Alpha Picks, but this is in the Alpha Picks portfolio. So in looking at this, I said, okay, when did it really start to slip? Well, it was a strong buy here at 143. It was back there. If you just look at a 3-year, it was a strong buy up here, and then it really started to fall to a hold. Why? Well, what changed? Well, it was the momentum. And momentum can take a stock down. Momentum is a strong thing in the market. And in looking when it really went down, it was when you crossed this 50-day, okay? And now on the weekly, you are back to where they bought it, back here last year in June at 74. This is an example of when understanding both fundamentals and technicals can help you save money. Because again, if we run the 4-hour algorithm, even though the 4-hour algorithm beats buy and hold, it just hasn't beaten it. And when you slipped under this 200-day and the 50-day started sliding, that's one that I'm not adding to in this portfolio, but I'm pulling back to the holding percentage. They bought it on 617 at around $78. The holding percentage before the drop in price yesterday was 1.28%. But if you were trading this one and even protecting the gains, you could trade this effectively, reducing your exposure either on the quant slipping to hold or finding a technical reason like this death cross up here when it was trading at 155. By the way, from Alpha Picks, 100%, and this is what they give you. They give you a great summary right here. There's 4 more Alpha Picks delivering solid earnings results with 100% of reporting Alpha Picks meeting or beating earning expectation. Doesn't mean they beat revenue. It means they beat earnings per share. Again, a fundamental stock isn't guaranteed to go up. But like I said yesterday, there are 5 Alpha Picks that report next week that are strong buys. So if you get into this portfolio this weekend, you can sort it by strong buys and then find out which ones are reporting next week. Those are the ones that I think have an opportunity to actually pop on earnings. So they aren't all winners. But when you add up the process of buying it through the portfolio, where you buy 1% when they announce it, and then if you want to use fundamentals, look at this weekly chart. When they bought it, I didn't buy it back here because in June, I wasn't buying the entire portfolio. I was picking and choosing. And I said, Sprouts Farmers Market. You know what? I shop there. I like it. But I don't love it. It's not one that I think went up. Well, it went from $79 to $180. And I missed out on this. So by August of last year, when I missed out on the first part, I just said, I'm buying the entire portfolio. And if you go to my YouTube channel, you can see youtube.com/ at Daily Stock Pick. There's a playlist right here. Tools I use. And in this playlist, let me just pause this. Oh, it's not playing. In this playlist down here, I bought $50,000 of Alpha Picks portfolio. And why? This was in August, 1 year ago. So you can see why I bought that. And Sprouts Farmers Market was one that I bought. I just went in full in on the thing. So one Alpha Pick that reported yesterday beat, and it was up 10% after hours. It's TWLO. TWLO. Again, they're not all losing. They're not all winning, but the portfolio continues to compound, and it does well. And if you just want the quant rating, you don't want the entire portfolio, you can get just Seeking Alpha. But I recommend the bundle for this reason, because you can take these and you can do it. So I like it. Again, you can get all of this on Linktree, linktr.ee/daily stock pick. If you want the charts that I use, it's TrendSpider. And they are having their Halloween sale. It's on for another 15 hours. After Halloween, this one's done. Then you wait for Black Friday for the deal. But at $50 a month, again, you have to get the annual subscription to get my 4-hour algorithm. They have monthly. I think it's $5 for a trial for 2 weeks. See if you like it. I point people towards this left-hand side. The reason, say you want to learn golf. Well, you got to go out there and buy golf clubs. Okay, say you want to learn technical. You got to go out there and buy a tool. But with golf clubs, maybe you want a teacher. You're going to pay $80 to $100 per hour for a golf trainer, a golf coach. This one, you can get the tool and the training because it's 52 trainings per year. Okay, so you get one per week. Divide 96 by 4 because there's 4 weeks in every month. It's about that. And that's how much you're paying for the trainings. And then you get the golf clubs or the tool for free because it's not a charge on top of that. So think about that. The training is included. That's why I tell people if it's within your budget, go up to the advanced. But enhanced comes with 3. Premium comes with 2. Have them introduce yourself. It's a one-on-one Zoom meeting with a product expert. So let's start going over some stocks. Netflix, they announced a 10-for-1 stock split. This used to mean something, but today when you can buy fractional shares, not in Schwab, for some reason, Schwab only lets you buy certain stocks with fractional shares. But this is a good company, okay? It's up 1.55%. And here's the thing. This would be up more on this 10-for-1 stock split, if not for this news, where they are going to potentially by WBD. And WBD is up 3% on this news. The assumption is that WBD is actually looking for $28 per share. That's what they want. It's the news. Again, risk reward. Personally, I would probably buy Netflix over WBD. Even that upside for a quick pop in WBD, I think Netflix is the better long-term buy on that one. But again, you do you. Netflix, to me, it's a hold in the quant because of valuation. You can see valuation's D. 6 months ago, it was an F. But the revisions, that's where it comes down. They're taking their revisions of earnings per share and revenue down. There's quite a bit of them. But still, Christmas, what are you watching? Netflix, the NFL. So I like it. I think they've got the final season of Stranger Things coming up. People are going to be, who's disconnecting Netflix? I don't. Now, November watch list. I was going to bring up, I'm going to do a November watch list for the paid subscribers. And the October, you can see, I did an August watch list. Where is the August watch list? Daily stock pick. There's the August watch list. I did an August watch list. As of August, it's up 15%. I did a September watch list. As of right now, it's up 21%. I did a November watch list. As of right now, let me just, why is this one? I guess I can't do the view. The view has to change. I don't know why. Oh, that's the November watch list. October watch list. There we go. It's up 2.78. I will be announcing the November watch list for paid subs this weekend. I was going to bring up one stock. Okay. And the stock that I was going to bring up is RUN. I brought it up yesterday with TrendSpider Live, but it's RUN. Go and do your research on RUN. I saw the CEO yesterday. I like this one. It was a good interview, and it led me down a rabbit hole with a couple of other stocks, but I liked it. And I was going to go over it, but I got a long enough show. So instead, today I decided to bring up top 3 ETFs that this guy brought up. I don't know who the hell this guy is. I forget. Chalkin Analytics, but I don't know who the guy is. But he brought up 3 ETFs. One of them, ironically, I already own. I already own one, and it's up an amazing amount. It's IGM. IGM is one. This is the expanded tech sector. And if we just go and look at this against, we're going to select symbols. We're going to look at this against QQQ. Because that's what they were trying to compare, is QQQ against this. And we're going to look up select metrics. We're going to go performance and total return, because that includes some dividends. So we're going to look at this. Over 1 year, IGM is up 36%. QQQ is up 26%. Now, 3 years, IGM is up 181%. 5 years, you look at that. The reason is because of the holdings, okay? QQQ has the Nasdaq 100. This one seems to actually be able to weight different holdings, and it's got 285 holdings. So it has been outpacing QQQ. I hold this in my retirement account. The expenses are a little high. Again, 0.39. Let's see if they have QQQ in here. They don't. 0.39. If we go over to QQQ, the expenses, I think, are 0.20. So it's double, almost double what the expenses of QQQ are. But you see the performance. This video goes over which ones this guy likes. The other one, let's see, it's XNTK. XNTK that he likes. And he goes over why. This is the NYSE Technology ETF. Again, holdings. You look at this. And it's got 36 holdings. But Palantir, Micron, Lam Research, Advanced Micro, again, they look really good. And then there's XGR. So go and do your research. This one has 127 holdings. So go and do your research, understand exactly what you're holding. But these are ones that beat QQQ. And he does a great job of going over them. And FYI, it's a 13-minute video. They mentioned the expensive. I would probably be looking at this type of thing. IGM. I've been adding to IGM here at 117 in September. I added to it. We're at 133. If you look at a long-term chart of this, again, this is where technical and fundamental comes into play. Because if you just put a trend line, let's just go and put a trend line. Let's just anchor a trend line here in October of 2022. And you just need to cross at least 3. The more lines you cross, the more justification you have. This one hasn't come back to the trend line. It's bumping right up there. Maybe it's an opportunity. Again, I've been buying on the 4-hour algorithm, which doesn't beat buy and hold, but I don't sell. I sit there and I just gain this one. So again, do what you want to do. There's 3 ETFs that I thought were really good. Now, I want to bring up yesterday on the earnings call, the CEO, the CEO of Coinbase, Brian Armstrong, he brought up, at the end of it, he pulled up the prediction markets. This was a wild, wild story, crazy story. He brought up, he said there were certain words that he was supposed to say. And somebody in a group chat brought up, hey, the prediction markets are saying you're going to say these words. And he went over it. He went over it after hours. Now, Coinbase killed it on earnings. We'll look at it afterwards. Let's see, it's up 3%. They did really, really well. Now, if you look at a weekly chart of this one, it's kind of just flattened out. It's kind of traded sideways. Ever since it hit 425, you're trading at 320, but hasn't gone up. But I liked when he brought up the prediction markets. Which one did I immediately think of? I thought of Hood, and they're reporting next week. I said, you know who has in their app prediction markets? It's freaking Robinhood. Some kid's going to blow up, this weekend, the Patriots. Some kid's going to blow up his Roth IRA based on the Patriots winning this weekend. I'm here for it. I think Robinhood kills it on earnings. Does it go up? I don't know. But long term, that's the space where kids have money. And I like it. I like it a lot. Now let's go over some earnings. Because after market hours, Nasdaq futures slip, even as Amazon and Apple source. This headline would lead you to believe that we're not going down. They have recovered. There were so many winners yesterday. So many. WDC. This is Western Digital. This one up 12% after hours. In 1 month, you're up 14%. 6 months, you're up 214%. I brought this one up in August that I liked it. You had Cloudflare, which I think I have an article, next or few. Cloudflare up 7%, killed it. You had Reddit. Reddit is up 12%, killed it. And one that is an alpha pick, Twilio. 6 months, you're up 16%. It's not one of those crazy ones, but this one has such a good chart to turn around. Such a good chart. Now, this one may not look like, oh my God, I've got to buy it. But that 151 right there, that was just back in January of this year with good earnings. I think this one could start knocking on that door. It's got to get through 134. Guess where it's trading in pre-market? It's at 127. And if you go and you look at a weekly chart, now Twilio was one that I was trading back here during this range. I was like, hey, can't get out of this range, blah, blah, blah. You just had a golden cross. Now the 200-day is still moving down, so that's a concern. But your RSI is only at 53. Your MACD right on the oscillator. Your Bollinger Bands cinched up. You're going to be trading just at the top of these Bollinger Bands. So isn't an opportunity? I think what the 151, I think that one starts to come into play. Is this a good fundamental stock? Well, the quant has it as a hold, but you look, the valuation 6 months ago, this was a D plus. It's a B minus right now. The growth 6 months ago, it was a B minus. It's an A right now. Profitability, same exact. Momentum, has that changed? Because again, 3 months, you're down 13%. 9 months, you're down 23%. Has it changed? Revisions, kind of the earnings per share, they're bringing them down, but they beat. That's within the last 90 days, and they beat. So again, I like that one. Like I said, Cloudflare, $3 billion annualized. This is a great company. This is part of the AI revolution. Now, Seeking Alpha analysts, you have to look at this. I don't own this one. Full disclosure, I don't own this one. But they have said sell. Now, what's interesting is when you go and look at this, This one, net change, is up 2.45% since then. You look at this one, it's up 5% since then. You look at this one, it's up 4%. Since they said sell, it's up 1%. Since they said sell, it's up 3% or hold. So again, I think this one is an opportunity. I've got it on my own personal watch list. Have I pulled the trigger? No. But I like this company. Wall Street thinks that's a $225 stock. You're trading above that. They might change that with the most recent earnings. So again, you have to understand what you're holding. I know what I'm holding. And Amazon, they killed it. Like I've said many times, find the underperformer in the Mag 7, and that's the stock that could continue to grow. And Amazon, if you think Amazon has been such a great stock, you're wrong. Because 3 years, you look at it, it's up 117%. But go out 5 years. The S&P has doubled 100% in 5 years. Amazon is up 46%. Okay? You go out 10 years and it looks a little bit better. So again, timing matters. That's why I like charts. Now, Amazon, I have believed in this one for a long, long time. It's trading at 250. Where did that 242 come from? Well, that 242 came from here. In February, we were at 242. And then you got up there in August and it rejected off. Remember how we were talking? I was talking back here about how it couldn't get over 188. And all of a sudden in October of last year, it got over the 188. And I said, it's got to use that as support. Well, in April, it didn't use it as support. It got down to 178. I'm sorry, 165, I guess, was its low. 161. So it got down to 160. But that was an anomaly. We've seen all support break down during that Liberation Day. Now, where's the support right now? I would put it at about 220, between 210 and 220. Now, the 4-hour algorithm, it makes you 43% versus 76%, but you win 52% of the time. And boy, that 221 purchase right there on October 21st looks really good right now as you're trading at 250 on a Mag 7 stock. Again, you look at this and it's underperformed in 3 years. It's been a better trade than it has been a buy and hold. It's one of the mistakes that I've made. I would make far more money. So before I go touting myself that I'm making all this money, I've got to know the fundamentals of this stock. And fundamentally, it's not bad. It's got a D valuation, an A- on growth, and A+ there. Nothing's really changed a little bit. Wall Street thinks that it's a strong buy, and their price target, 275. Where's it trading in pre-market? 250. So again, I know what I hold. You make your own choices. Was it a mistake? Absolutely, it was a mistake. Some of that money should have just gone to VOO or QQQ. And then you've got Apple. They killed it. Strong forecast, iPhone, China sales fall short in Q4. Doesn't matter. They killed it. They absolutely killed it. Wall Street has an average price target of 261. Where are you trading right now? 276. So again, you have to understand what you hold. When you look at this charting and you look at it against the S&P, we're still underperforming the S&P. Year to date, 1 year, still matching the S&P. 3 years, matching the S&P. 5 years, again, this is my savings account. 50% of my portfolio's in this. And don't forget, Seeking Alpha is so good. They give you these AI summaries of the earnings call for every company that the quant covers. It is so good because I can go down and I can read. I don't have to listen to the damn phone call. I get an AI summary of everything. The final takeaway, risk and concerns, quarter over quarter comparison, sentimental, the Q&A, which is sometimes the most important, which by the way was important this time because Tim Cook was asked about the underperformance of the iPhone Air. And he said, we don't break out models. FYI, that's been a signal in the past of, hey, it's not doing so great. But I love this stuff. And if you don't have Seeking Alpha and you don't need Seeking Alpha, But just go and put the earnings transcript into an AI platform like Perplexity, like Gemini, like ChatGPT. Ask it to summarize. Here's the thing. You better damn well hope it doesn't hallucinate and give you some bad summary. Seeking Alpha summaries, they don't hallucinate. They're checked by editors. So again, I love this stuff. That's why I get the bundle of premium and alpha picks. And is Apple going to go up from here? I don't know. You're at all-time highs. Your guess is as good as mine. But if we see it pull back below that 260 over the next couple of weeks, that's where I get concerned that it may come down to 240. But when I go and sell, and I brought this up on the TrendSpider Live yesterday, when I go and trim Apple, I may trim 1 or 2 shares, but I have tens of thousands of shares of this. And the average purchase price is like $1 or $2. So do I care if I sell it at 260 or 240 if I'm selling 5, 10, 15, even 100 shares? No, because my capital gains are still huge. And every time one of these dividends comes up, I'm buying a bunch, like $10,000, $15,000 worth of shares. So I have plenty of Apple. It continues to grow. It is one of the companies that I believe in. I have my iPhone 17 Pro. I have my new watch, the Ultra 3. I have the new AirPods. You know, I need a new iPad. I have a MacBook Pro. I have an iMac sitting back there. I'm recording this on a Mac Mini. So again, I'm built into that ecosystem. And I dropped $3,000 on new Apple products a couple of weeks ago. So I was all in on this one. I was fine. Now, Coinbase, we went over that. Coinbase stock rises after trading volume growth drives the Q3B. If trading volume in Coinbase went up, just imagine Hood. Again, I'm pointing towards Hood. I bought more Hood last week. I bought more. I like this company. It's up 5%. Guess why? Because trading volume in Coinbase went up. I think I bought it like 138 or something. So what do you have to do in these earnings? You have to put things together. And I brought it up yesterday with Daniel Newsom. But Eric Jackson is putting it in there. Amazon just confirmed they spent $90 billion on CapEx this year. We heard Meta is spending on CapEx. We heard Microsoft is spending on CapEx. Data centers, GPU, AI infrastructure. That's not bearish. That's the biggest tell of the decade. You think all that compute runs on air? No, it runs on power. Companies like Cypher, IREN, Nebius, CoreWeave. Go and ask AI. EOSE is one. So go and ask AI what these companies are doing. Put in a watch list. Create your watch list. That's what I'm doing. And so to be ready for the bull market, you better be prepared. Because next week, we've got some big earnings. You got Palantir. If you don't think that a short squeeze is going to come out on Palantir, you're crazy. Alex Karp is going to do his best to yell at the thing. And you can go and ask AI. Go and ask Sidekick here on TrendSpider about Palantir earnings. Go and ask whatever AI platform that you like about Palantir earnings. Because Palantir's up today. It's up 3%. It just crossed $200. By the way, Jim Cramer at 150 called it. He said it's going to 200. So yeah, it went to 200. It hit 200. Market just opened up. In fact, I am going to open up my Fidelity account because I am sure that I've got a new number in the front and I need a screenshot of that just for my own record. No, not quite there. Maybe later. I think Apple might. The market may be coming. Yeah, Apple has come down. It's not only up 1% and Amazon's only up 10%. It was probably there. I probably just missed it. But next week's earnings, huge. You've got HIMS. Don't tell me a short squeeze won't happen on that if they come out with something. This is uranium. That's huge. Navitas. You've got AMD. You've got Uber. You got Shopify. You got Spotify. You've got Zoetis. You've got TEM, Nancy Pelosi favorite, ANET, Rivian, ALAB, Hood, Qualcomm, IONQ, ARM. It's not just this week. You've got major earnings from these companies. I brought it up. I will be looking at Alpha Picks. Yesterday, I went through Alpha Picks. or I think it was the day before, I went through Alpha Picks and identified the strong buys in the quant that are reporting next week. Because again, I want strong fundamentals and I want strong technicals. So I'm using the tools that I have to try and identify companies that may pop on earnings. And it's not going to work 100% of the time. You will make mistakes. I just brought up Amazon. I would have been better off buying QQQ or VOO. So you won't make 100% of the right decisions. There's no looking back. It's just about your risk and reward. So if you have any questions, hit me up. Everything's on Linktree, linktr.ee/daily stock pick. Literally, it's right down right below my head. So if you have any questions, hit me up. But remember, Linktree has everything. The Trend Spider sale, Seeking Alpha bundle. Seeking Alpha, get a 7-day trial if you just want to look at the quant and you want to look at some stuff. Alpha Picks, you don't get a 7-day trial of that one, but you save $50. My newsletter, join Webull. Crypto is flying, and I think my Webull account is up near $14,000 again. Let's see. Yeah, it's up over $14,000. With the crypto crash, I was down. Robinhood, you can get your first month of Visible, $20 off. You can get money off of a Tesla. You can get refer a friend from AT&T. Follow my trades on Savvy Trader. This is the core portfolio. This is 33 positions that I really like that I think you could take in. Again, Linktree has everything. Even my email address is up in the upper right. All the socials. If you want to send me a Venmo or say thank you for anything, Cash App, it's all there. So again, and the other thing is you can just respond to the email that you get from the daily newsletter, which is free. So if you have any questions, hit me up. I'll talk to you Monday. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your candy. I hope you get a lot of Kit Kats, because Kit Kats honestly are my favorite. So, okay, say bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.